From LA Late News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is the Midday Report on LA Late.
Saturday, March 6, 2021. It's the top of the second hour of Noontime, LA. Yes, your $14 third stimulus check bill has passed the U.S. Senate and could be signed into law as early as the end of today. But your Democrats are already making demands for what's called reoccurring stimulus checks under a fourth stimulus package, and possible FPUC retro as well as a part of their fourth stimulus package demands. Meantime, Senator Elizabeth Warren on Monday delivered incredible great news as she introduced a wealth tax could now set up a path to get funding for your $200 a month of SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or railroad benefits. How will it work? The incredible great news is all hitting across the land as your $14 stimulus check is coming, but now your fourth stimulus, reoccurring stimulus checks, and SSI could be right behind them as well. The excitement continues as Noontime LA starts right now. It's a big day with exciting news across the country as the day started shortly after 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. While this channel was live on air, I delivered to you the breaking news that your $1,400 third stimulus check has passed the Senate. I delivered that breaking news worldwide for the first time anywhere as I was on air at 9:30 between shows that your $1,400 third stimulus check bill has passed the Senate. Back to the House, to the President to sign. We're done. We're done. Congratulations. You are getting a $14 stimulus check as early as next week. Done. Now, in this recording, I'm turning to what happens after this stimulus package. It's the fourth one. And this week, the excitement started as demands started coming in from the Democrats saying that we know there's a fourth stimulus package. In fact, there's probably a fifth and sixth. I'll detail that to you as well. But as to the next one, the fourth, they said, when you come back to us, Mr. President, we're not going to accept a $14 stimulus check. We're going to ask for reoccurring stimulus checks. Not just one, but 11 of 50 senators who are Democrats said, you got to do this again by reconciliation. You're going to do it again the next few weeks. And guess what? That time we are holding out for reoccurring stimulus checks. That was the first item of news. Second item of news was Ron Wyden, and this person here said that he would do FPUC retro. He would do FPUC retro if you can get enough Democrats behind it. That's the next item of great news. But in this recording, I want to go over the developments about SSI and SSDI. On Monday, Elizabeth Warren, Senator, Massachusetts, this person, introduced a standalone bill. And that standalone bill funds SSI and SSDI in exactly the way that she said it would during the campaign trail. While campaigning for President of the United States, Elizabeth Warren debuted what you now know as the SSI, SSDI $2,400. Didn't come from the president, it started with her. While campaigning for the president, for the presidential office, she debuted a program, an idea, a plan, $200 a month on top of your SSI and SSDI Social Security and railroad benefits, plus up to a 20% increase lifetime and a new benchmark, not COLA, but CPIE. Thank you, Angela, for the super chat. Dancing Pear. Dancing Pear, if you're at home, get up and dance. Get up and dance. She said, Elizabeth Warren, not Angela. Elizabeth Warren said, I want to do this because you are owed this money. It's $200 a month for 12 months. Critics said said to Warren, how are you going to get this money? Where are you going to get this money from? Where are you going to get the money from? She said, give it a second, I'll show you. Then she debuted another program. They said the same thing again. Where are you going to get the money from, Liz? She said this, a wealth tax bill. A wealth tax bill will tax the wealthiest people in the country and will generate revenue from it. That will pay for the SSI and SSDI, along with the other things I want to do and the other things this country has to do. In March of 2020, she introduced to the Senate a standalone bill for the SSI and SSDI and said that the bill to pay for it would be the wealth tax bill. This last Monday, she introduced the wealth tax bill to the Senate. Wow. The wealth tax bill would generate $2.75 trillion over 10 years by taxing the top echelon of this country. People who have a net worth over 50 million would be taxed 2%. And then people over 1 billion would be taxed additional 1%. Again, it would generate $3 trillion. It's not her money. It's not her money. So the money that's generated is not for her to decide where it goes. It goes to new carpeting at the casino. No, it's not for her to decide. Debbie, thank you for the super chat. It goes for new grass for sirloin to graze on. No, it's not for her to decide where the money goes to. You need a standalone bill to decide where the money goes to, or executive order. The exciting news is that on Monday she introduced the bill. She talked about it. Tuesday, she spoke more about it. And yesterday, people in Boston were asked, what are their opinions about it? And Massachusetts. And 50% of the people across the poll said they support it. Lawmakers will catch up with the overwhelming majority of Americans, said Warren, who are demanding more fairness, more change, and believe it's time for a wealth tax. That's what she said on Monday. And the excitement continued yesterday as people were asked about the same thing as well. On Tuesday, Leo Cooperman, who's one of her critics, billionaire, said, I believe in a progressive income tax structure. I believe the rich should pay more. Even though he's not a big fan of hers, he likes the idea. Then people across the state of Massachusetts were asked to comment about Warren's plan, and this is what they said. If there's an honest math to it that breaks down the ultra-rich pay less, then let's do it, says John from Shrewsbury. Then Ricky from Braintree told Boston.com a wealth tax would provide enough funding for the meaningful impact changes. Rob for Everett says you don't have to be a millionaire to live comfortably. It's a feeling of satisfaction when you help others. And then George for Boston says there's grotesque inequalities of income and wealth, and we need to fix them. Martha Mayer. Everyone welcome Martha Mayer for becoming a Purple Hawk. Now, in the video right after this, I have our hit standalone show about SSI and SSDI. That hit standalone show will go over how you don't necessarily need to do this with a bill. Yes, that's coming up right after this. But what I want to show you is that the excitement for the fourth stimulus package is starting to turn into a who in the group of 50 wants to say no. If you watched what happened yesterday, it only took one person out of 50 to say no to change FPUC from 400 to 300. Imagine if you have 3 senators in the fourth stimulus package that says no, unless there's SSI and SSDI $200 a month in there, then that add-on would be added to the Senate. Remember, the fourth stimulus package is going to go the same way. It's going to be reconciliation again. It'll go back to the Senate. It'll be vote-a-rama again. It'll be a 2-day vote-a-rama. And at that point, suddenly you're going to see amendments just like you saw them yesterday. And the amendments literally yesterday came out of nowhere. No one had heard about these amendments to the 11th hour. They just appeared. Now, you've been hearing about SSI and SSDI for a while. They can slide it in as an amendment if they get enough people to say, no vote unless you include it. You got to give it no vote unless you include it. That's one of the ways you get it into law. Another way is executive order. And the third way, of course, is a standalone bill. This is all incredible, great news. If you're just joining me, why I'm detailing this for you is that there was a lot of major changes this week that moves up the timeline for fourth stimulus. Denise, thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. Who else is in the room? There's Dan W. And there's Donnie. And there's Karen. It's for SSI, SSDI, and SSA. Yes, and VA and RB. Absolutely. Great question. There's Jenny. There's Ira. Everyone welcome Denise to the room. There's Vonda. There's Alma. And there's Cheryl. And there's Lisa. And there's Tina. And there's Ashley. And there's P-Bar. And Victor Canelli. And Audriella. And Faoud. How will the adult dependents get their stimulus checks? If they have a bank account, will be deposited to their bank account? No, because it'll go to the persons who they are dependent upon. Dean Powell, and there's Hugh Smith, and there's Dan W. Pair alert. Was there a pair? I did not see it. Russell. Hello, Mr. Elliott. How are you, Russell? What we saw this week when we're talking about forced stimulus was the following. Forced stimulus was not supposed to be even an issue until July. But early this week, as you know, Johnson & Johnson was approved for authorization in the United States. Okay. It's a one-dose vaccine. Okay. Well, out of nowhere, the President of the United States, Joe Biden, brokered a deal between Merck and Johnson & Johnson. First report on this channel, before sunrise, before it was announced formally. The deal allowed for Merck to manufacture Johnson & Johnson's dose. Why is this important? Because suddenly, you could roll out a lot more doses across the country, cutting the time frame by 28 days. Because one dose, they don't have to wait for the second dose for 28 days. They do it in one dose, they're done. Suddenly, because of the manufacturing deal with Merck and the one dose, you were able to cut vaccination numbers from July to May. The president said full vaccination by May instead of July because of the Merck Johnson & Johnson deal. That means that the country would reopen because of mass vaccination in May, not July. What does this mean for you? It means that fourth stimulus, reopening stimulus, or it's called the Recovery Act, is May, not July. And you already saw how long it takes to do reconciliation. Reconciliation is not a week. It's not 2 weeks. It takes a while to do reconciliation. So they're going to start forced stimulus right now. And guess what? You got to do fifth stimulus as well, and maybe sixth. Janet Yellen, Joe Biden, myself, Jerome Powell, everyone says stimulus is based upon unemployment numbers. And unemployment numbers still show, thank you, Joyce, for coming to Purple Hawk. Unemployment numbers still show there's 8 million people without jobs from a year ago. We're adding 500,000 jobs a month. No, excuse me, we're adding 379,000 jobs a month. If we added 500,000 jobs a month for 8 million missing jobs, that's 16 months. You're not going to stop stimulus in 2 months from now. No, you got 16 months to get this unemployment back. So you're going to see stimulus later again this year with fifth stimulus. And you could see sixth stimulus by the end of this year as well. You want to do as many stimulus packages this year to use the benefit of the reconciliation process. But I have more exciting news across the board in just a second. But first, here's a little bit about today's programming schedule and the volunteers on this channel. Stay with Lalate. I'll be back in about 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Daily for the excitement of the new LA live daily. The excitement starts on mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Home Lalate returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons Lalate at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on Lalate. What a big day it is across the country as your third stimulus check bill has passed the Senate. Congratulations, you have done it. Dance party today, says Casey. Absolutely, it's a dance party today, says Casey. There's Francine, and there is Charlotte. There's Takunda, and there's Debbie, and there's Bonnie, and Deborah. Really exciting, great news. I've seen some comments in the break. Let me make something very clear. People are asking comments about things that have unchanged under the third stimulus package since it left the House. Everything's the same. Someone just asked, what's the AGI income qualification for the stimulus check? Nothing's changed. Remember, if you're a viewer of this channel, if you're not a subscriber, you need to hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss a video. But let me just say to you, nothing has changed with the exception of FPUC, which I'll detail how it's not much of anything. That'll be at the top of the hour. And then the phase out. Everything's the same. People are asking questions about, well, did this change? Nothing changed. Also, if you didn't know what it was before, you need to hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button because it's Stimulus Stampede. You can't not know the answers to these questions. You need to know these answers to questions as soon as they happen. This bill was delivered in early January, late January, and its provisions have unchanged. So you need to know absolutely the answers to all these questions. Why am I saying it? Because if you try to figure out the answers after the fact, the money's going to be gone. With the exception of a stimulus check and the children's check, which are automatic, if you're looking to figure out whether you qualify for an EIDL grant, by the time you get the answer, the money's going to be gone. Can't do that. I'm saying that with a lot of love. You have to be a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, because you got to know the answers and know how to pound to get that money before anyone else. If you don't know where checks are going, you don't know where things are going. These things that were decided weeks ago, not days ago, almost months ago. So you need to know all those answers right now. And I love what I saw from the viewers in the break. They were helping other viewers, telling other viewers the answers. This video is going over that SSI, SSDI, that push for that SSI and SSDI. And let me tell you what's happening. Viewers now understand that forced stimulus is literally just days to weeks away to debuting. It's reopening stimulus. Thank you, Donna, for the cat. Reopening stimulus will have a push from, already has a push from 11 Democratic senators for reoccurring stimulus checks, number one. Number two, if you want that FPUC retro, start getting Democratic senators behind you. You just need two more. We got one who said he'll do it if you push. You just need two more to say, we're holding out our vote in the third stimulus package unless you pay that FPUC from July to December, which you never pay. Then the SSI and SSDI got the incredible, exciting, great news earlier this week when a wealth tax bill was introduced to the Senate by Elizabeth Warren, would generate $2.75 trillion. The money she said she would use on the campaign trail to fund SSI and SSDI. It's not her money, but ultimately, she said while campaigning for president, this bill, which she introduced this week, would pay for the SSI and SSDI. And that's just forced stimulus. Fifth is right behind it as well. There's Debbie. I'm really excited for you across the board. And if you haven't gotten enough information about SSI and SSDI in this recording, well, guess what? The hit standalone show about SSI and SSDI is coming up right now. It's a shorter show. It goes over the money you get under the third stimulus package, the one that was just passed by the Senate, if you're on SSI and SSDI. It will go over the money that's available for you under second stimulus, and it'll go over the push for that standalone bill or executive order or where else it can go as well. You gonna join me? I'm gonna be looking for you. Don't leave me. Jump into that show. It's the standalone SSI show coming up right up on the final half hour of Noontime, Lalate. Coming up right about now.